Ways in which I feel like you could overcome cultural differences is just learn more about cultural and societal norms, like certain things that they do here as to not offend anyone, and it'll help make you assimilate and be more comfortable.
Mostly just like patience for me as well, like what I do is try and like find out what I need to say. For instance, if I need to go somewhere, and then I'll like practice, and I'll do it. My problem is when I get a reply, then I don't know what to say. But that's just like a way of like, like me like trying to speak the language. I think that's a big important one. As much as I said it was like a good thing, it's also a bad thing, obviously.
How do I do that? Okay. Wait, hold on.
I think overcoming the cultural differences can be hard. It took me some time. I think when you move here, it's very easy to make friends who are from other countries, but getting to know Taiwanese people can be a little bit harder, especially with the language barrier. But it just takes time, and I think really getting involved in different types of events and lots of different clubs or different festivals and things like that is a great way to get to know Taiwanese culture a little bit more. And yeah, I think after a little while, you kind of overcome those cultural differences.
I'm surprised by a lot of cultural differences because there are things I don't expect, like how they deal with garbage here. In the United States, you just put your garbage can on the corner. And so it was something that I wasn't aware of. And I just had to ask, where am I supposed to take my garbage? So it can be a little awkward sometimes, but I think the most important thing to do is to find someone who you trust, who you can kind of just talk. Maybe it's your boss or your co-teachers or maybe even your landlord, and just kind of ask them and say, hey, I want to make sure that I'm doing this the correct way. I also think it's important for me to remember that I am a guest in this country. So if there is something that's a little difficult for me to understand or hard to do, I just need to realize that that's one of the things that comes with all of the wonderful benefits of living here.
I'm quite lucky living here, actually. My fiance is Taiwanese, so when I have any sort of big cultural problems or feel differences, I actually still feel quite tied to home here. He can generally help me to navigate. I also have quite a few friends from university that are here. So generally when I have problems like with cultural differences, it helps me to use some of the lifelines I have here to kind of get over them.
Yeah, I think cultural differences can be a bit difficult sometimes, but for me, I always just try to learn and understand as much as I can about the cultural differences. I think also as I'm trying to learn things and remembering to not get overwhelmed, and that not understanding all of the traditions and cultural norms is also acceptable, and you can learn little by little the longer you live here.